Dan Miller. I'm an associate professor and chair in the Department of Liberal Studies here at Landmark. In a world too often marked by division, it's a welcome reprieve to come together, especially on a beautiful day like this, united in common celebration. While we may give many names to that in which we ultimately place our hope, we are unified today in honoring these graduates, in honoring their work, in honoring everything that has brought them to this point. To the graduates, I say, we honor you. We're grateful for your success and for everything that has gone into it. To those of us who are gathered in honor of these graduates, I ask that you would join me in silent reflection for the next few moments. Join me in focusing our thoughts and prayers, our hopes and dreams, our desires and wishes on those seated before us, giving thanks for all that has brought them here today. We give thanks for these graduates, for the commitment that has guided them to this moment, for the many sacrifices that have allowed them to achieve what at times may have seemed to be out of reach, and for all of those, so many of whom share this moment with them today, who have helped to bring them here. Graduates, as you leave here, later, not yet, but as you leave, go with our blessings, our love, and our gratitude for all that you've also given us. It's now my pleasure to introduce the president of Landmark College, Dr. Peter Eden.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. How's everybody doing? Yeah? All right. What a great day. Okay, welcome to our May 2019 graduation ceremony. Today we recognize these wonderful graduates. We take time to pause and be mindful of the results when one works hard and perseveres. This is the outcome you get, young people, when you respond to challenges. One thing I want to talk about today is why people like you respond to challenges. People often talk about what graduates do to get to the place they're at today, how they achieve their goals, but we don't often talk about why. It's often the why that matters more than the what or the how when it comes to people or businesses or anything in life. And also, we know what we do here at the college and how we do it to help you succeed. Why do we do it? We know we have to deliver a good education and send you off into the world, but it's also a matter of social justice for us. It's hardwired, so to speak, into our institutional DNA. It's simply the right thing to do when you understand that neurodiversity is simply a pillar of diversity, and society needs these types of individuals. Now, across the U.S. today, there are a lot of graduates. What they did, how they did it, is fairly similar to what you did. Expected, they worked hard, they persevered. But I have this question. Why did you do it? Why did you do it when school was probably not, it certainly wasn't as enjoyable as it was for other people. School was likely a challenge. Why did you persevere? What is it about you, humans? I should look over here too. Right. It's not just them. You too. Why did you do this? We know what you did. We know how you did it. We were here. It's why that makes the difference. Despite setbacks in your past, you knew you're capable of success in school and in life. You know that having an LD is not a deficit. Indeed, you know that you shouldn't have any label which suggests a weakness or that makes you fundamentally different in any way. Down deep, you recognize that you deserve a chance to pursue your dreams if you find the right environment and if society changes to understand the strengths of neurodiversity. That says something about you all. You worked harder. You're different from other college graduates in a very, very good way. You did something, you persevered. How many of us would have persevered when going to school every day was not enjoyable? How many of us would have kept going all the way through college? These people did, because they know that they can change the world. Now, this institution is fundamentally inclusive. We are engineered for diversity and inclusivity. We're proud that students can be who they are regardless of race, ethnicity, gender identity, and more. Things are changing fast. We are very proud to be home to students who are increasingly comfortable being who they are, which takes courage. But it doesn't mean that we don't experience some injustices and harmful behavior. We're a college. And when we feel that every student's not fully supported or that groups are under attack, we work hard to experience genuine dialogue, communication. I have to say, this past year, whenever something came up, there were times when the students met us more than halfway. And we learned a lot from that. We learned how we need to get better to support our students in a safe and inclusive environment. We know why we have to do this. We must speak out against all harmful, insidious actions. For the rest of your lives, graduates, you need to stick up for others. You need to speak out, even if you're not different from them in whatever way. I have a quote, I have a poem here. I don't often do this, but many of you will recognize this poem from a Holocaust. A parent sent this by email a week or two ago, and it resonated. It'll be, I think, recognizable to many of you. But it talks about complicity. It's from Pastor Martin Niemöller. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Graduates, you need to go out into the world, which is not always a highly inclusive place, and change the way people view the differences in other people. There are strengths in differences. There'll be many times when you need to stand up for others. That's what you should do. How you do it can take many forms, but why you do it brings us right back to those fundamental truths of how you are perhaps more important to society than many other graduates in the U.S. today. You know that fairness should be expected, but it's not always present. You know that. You know that we must fight to combat injustices. You know that. You know that differences in our species are what make humans strong and successful. You know that better than anyone. You know that the fundamental principles of acceptance and understanding are, or at least should be, a fundamental component of our civilization. You know down deep, from personal experience, why it is we must treat all people with respect and understanding and give them the right environment for success. We at the college know this too. Graduates, we're counting on you to change the thinking and the actions of others in the world. It's daunting, but it's needed. We feel that people like you, more than others perhaps, are best able to change the world for the better. Congratulations to every one of the amazing individuals on this stage. Thank you. I try not to say this every time, but I can't help myself because I'm so easily distracted and impulsive. But I come here every May and we talk about things which never go away, and I always look up and I see that same soccer ball still stuck up in the vent up there, like my friend, like that movie Castaway or something. I don't know. I'm looking at it, And I know our director of facilities is thinking, does he want me to take it? I wish he'd be clear. Then he wouldn't have the joke next year. Kyle, I'll leave it up to you. Is that clear enough? In your program, you'll see that we have, we are going to recognize the first recipient of a particular post-baccalaureate certificate program that the college offers. And so Dr. Melissa Deem, she's the first Landmark College accredited post-baccalaureate certificate earner in learning differences in neurodiversity with a specialization in executive function. So Dr. Deem was planning to be here today, but informed us a few days ago she couldn't make it. But we're going to make this a practice. We do have a post-baccalaureate certificate. It's very, very important. It's for people in the field of LD, professionals and educators, and we're going to mention it at graduation. This is a significant achievement for them. But Dr. Deem is unable to make it today, but that's why it's in your program. So we recognize her nonetheless. Right now, all right, thank you. So the next person to come up here is Barbara Epifanio. Barbara Epifanio, other than being my friend and colleague, is a member of the Board of Trustees. Perhaps most importantly, she's a mom. You'll hear that theme today, mom, thank you, mom. And she's not only a mom, she's a mom to a graduate on the stage. So Barbara is going to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Try not to break this. Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Eden. Yes, not only do I have the honor and privilege of serving on this wonderful Board of Trustees of Landmark College, but I'm also here today as the very proud parent of one of today's members of the graduating class, my son, William Epifanio. William's journey here at Landmark has been nothing short of transformational. He has received a superior education, and his growth personally has been tremendous. I believe his experience here is not unique. As I taught to students and their families, as well as to faculty and staff while I've been on campus these past couple of days, some recurring themes, phrases, and words have emerged describing their Landmark College experience, such as life-changing, I am acknowledged and appreciated, a keen sense of belonging, true magic happens here, newfound confidence, affirmation, persistence, success. These descriptors are not new revelations to the Landmark community, but instead are a collective voice of consistency. How very gratifying to hear such testimony to the value of a Landmark College education. I wish to thank the entire Landmark community, faculty, staff, and students for the incredible impact you've had on William and on our entire family. We are forever grateful. Now at this time, I would like to recognize the faculty and staff members who will be retiring from the college this year. Their dedication, expertise, and passion is much appreciated and will be missed. Please join me in recognizing Roxanne Hamilton, Ken Gobo, Mike Hutchison, Ruth Wilmot, Sandy Bauer, Corrine Bell. And Carolyn LaBelle. Thank you all for your many, many years of service at this great college. Thank you.
Good morning. It's an honor to present the Community Service Award given to a student who unselfishly gives of themselves to the activities of the Landmark community or the greater area. I'd like to invite this year's award recipient, Isaac Alam, to the podium. Isaac, your presence and leadership in our community was a gift. You led with your heart and inspired with your actions. You worked tirelessly as a peer mentor with our Pragmatics team, as an advocate and mentor to students through the Rise Up Center, and inspired area youth in your work with Kern Hatton Homes and the Greenwood School here in Putney. You modeled inclusion and compassion in thought and deed, and served as a source of inspiration and support to many. Thank you for your leadership. It's my pleasure to introduce our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Gail Gibson Sheffield.
Good morning. At each graduation ceremony, I'm asked to represent the 3 undergraduate schools that comprise Landmark College to present the Academic Dean's Award. This award is given to students who have best demonstrated the qualities that define academic success at Landmark College. Academic success does include those measurable achievements, such as grades, but it also includes those intangible characteristics, such as creativity and scholarly engagement, honest self-awareness, and mutual respect for others, as well as resiliency, hard work, intellectual development, and responsible citizenship. Our 2 award winners today exemplify those values. At the associate's level, the Academic Dean's Award is given to Anais Sedona. I get to talk about you. Anais is graduating today with an Associate's of Science in Life Sciences. As I was reviewing her achievements over the last 2 years, it was clear that she has grown so much. The science department, in particular, is very proud of the high level of achievement she has demonstrated in her courses, and especially in an intense and complicated laboratory internship at the Vermont Genetics Network at UVM. Yeah. Her lab work involves studying the effects of gender and dietary fats on insulin signaling in lab mice. You were like a freshman, right? So she presented her findings at a scholarly poster forum this April, along with other Vermont students who were mostly juniors and seniors. She held her own, and on top of that, Anais took the extra challenge of serving as one of our 3 interns in our newly formed Center for Neurodiversity. Her work contributed to campus research and activism in this area, as she has represented the college at open forums off campus to present perspectives on campus life. A member of Phi Theta Kappa, Anais is graduating today summa cum laude with a GPA of 3.96. It is my honor to present this award to Anais Sedona. Congratulations. At the bachelor's level, the Academic Dean's Award is given to Mariah Edson. Mariah is graduating today with a BA in Liberal Studies and a minor in Communication. She completed her associate's degree in 2017, and we were very glad that she stayed on. If her timing had been a little different, I think she might have been one of our first BA in Communication and Entrepreneurial Leadership graduates. But we were instead very happy with the fact that she was very much a part of us forming that degree, including interviewing many of our candidates and helping us select the faculty of the future. We really thank you for that. Mariah has made substantial contributions to campus journalism and to our radio station, WLMC. One of our lead faculty members in this area, Matt Gander, said that she is the best student editor he has worked with, and he has worked with quite a few. Mariah's capstone project was a game concept document that involves substantial scholarship into both narrative theory and programming possibilities and constraints. And when she presented her ideas, her faculty member described the audience as being rapt with greatly appreciated her command of the material, sense of humor, and creativity. A member of Golden Key, Mariah is graduating today with a 4.0 GPA. Congratulations, Mariah. Now, please welcome back to the podium President Peter Eden.
Gail, I love it. Only you would manage to put in a plug for our new academic program while you're giving another academic program degree to a student. but she's right. We have new academic programs for the associate graduates. Many of them are staying on here at Landmark College because of our growth in our program. So thank you, Gail. Okay, I'm going to present 2 awards. And these could have gone to any number of students. Charles Drake Award. It's awarded to a student who has inspired the Landmark College community by his or her personal qualities. This student is not a quitter, but someone who lives in the tradition of Dr. Charles Drake, whose lifetime of vision and courage helped to found this college. This is a student who gives 100%, goes the extra mile, and who perseveres in the pursuit of his or her goals. This student helps the rest of us realize that we have more resources to draw upon than we think, and helps keep us going when we feel discouraged. This year's recipient is Megan Freeman. Way to go, Megan.
Thank you.
Stay here. Don't leave yet.
Thank you so much. This is such an honor.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You know, Megan, I've known you for a number of years, and you're always so positive. You've got such positive energy coming from you, and it's infectious. It really is. And you're not a quitter, and you keep going forward, and you're just so kind and thoughtful and positive all the time. And I think that that's helped the community in many, many ways. You truly are a remarkable young woman.
Thank you.
Okay. Here, let me put this on. And you take it back. No, it's yours.
Yep, I don't drop it.
Yeah, don't drop it. Don't drop it. The President's Award is given to the student who has best exemplified the principles we believe in here at Landmark College. The student's talented, energetic, meets difficulties head on, works hard, dedicated to his or her studies. On the other hand, the student also finds time to contribute to the well-being of other persons and to the life of the Landmark College community as a whole. Every recipient lives up to all these criteria. The latter criteria, I think, are particularly important to me. I tend to choose a recipient when there's so many great candidates, someone who I feel has benefited the campus, the community more than they realize, and perhaps in ways that aren't easy to measure or even identify. This year's recipient is Connor Lawrence. It does say your name.
Are you sure? This wasn't the title.
Connor, I didn't choose you because the two of us share many of the same songs on our playlist, and so I feel artificially young. That's actually true. That's not why. That is not why. I chose you because, I don't know if you know this, but when watching you all these years and how you interact with other students and how you are so open about the challenges and your absolute vigor with which you decide to persevere, even through tough times. I think that you have benefited many more people than you know, okay? You are truly inclusive when I see you operate on campus. And we'd love to have 100 more students exactly like you, Connor. We're so proud of you. Good job. Here's the check right here.
Thanks, Peter.
You got it. You got it. You won it. It's yours. It's yours. Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Gail Gibson Sheffield, will approach the podium and start to confer the degrees. Gail.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Liberal Studies and the Arts, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Associates of Arts in Liberal Studies. Emily King, Phi Theta Kappa, summa cum laude.
sap here. It's very important. So I just wanted to take a little time to thank people that really got me to where I am today. I haven't always had the easiest time at Landmark, but definitely I've really overcome everything, and I'm really happy to be standing here on the stage today. So firstly, I'd like to thank my grandma at home. Hopefully she's watching. I'd also like to thank my mom and my dad, and the rest of my family, of course. Thank you to my amazing support system of friends, especially Sonia and Katie, and my amazing boyfriend, Ryan. I can't really thank you guys enough for all that you do. I'd also like to give a quick thank you to two professors that I've had for multiple semesters, and thank you for putting up with me, Mr. Jim Balcom and Dr. Linda Kerr, so thank you. They've had me for 2 and 3 semesters straight, respectively. Stephen Glover, for everything that he does with PTK. Currently I'm the president, and I guess this is my last time representing that, and it'll move on to someone next semester. And the wonderful admissions staff that I have the joy of working with weekly, Sydney, Lisa, Michelle, Kevin, Megan, Nicole, Ashley, Patty, Max, Regina, Kirsten, all of you. I love you so much. You brighten my week every time that I step into the office. And all the amazing staff on campus, campus safety, Michael Luciani, Kelly O'Ryan, and of course to my amazing advisor and Spanish professor, Yves Leones. Mil gracias por todo lo que hace. Thank you.
Gerald Belton.
Oh my goodness. Give me a moment here. This is gonna be awesome. Before learning about this college, I have thoughts about completely dropping out of school. These thoughts occurred to me because I had bad previous classroom experiences at my old college. Upon enrolling to Landmark, I was a little scared. I was scared of the unknown factors that could arise while I continued my studies here. I am so nervous, I'm so sorry. During that time that I was here, I regained the motivation that was needed to achieve my educational goals. I would like to take some time to thank my mom, my dad, for being the best parents in the whole wide world, the rest of my family and friends. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Clark Johnson for being an amazing advisor and also being a good Samaritan to talk to. I want to thank both the Computer Science Club and the Rise Up Center for both being the best clubs that's in Landmark. I love you guys. I would also like to thank the professors, the Landmark staff, the advisors, the best group of RAs and RDs I've ever seen, especially in Aiken, because that's the best hall. I would also like to thank my friend, Danielle Newman, who may or may not be here. She has also taught me to practice kindness, even when others aren't so kind to me. And she also taught me to be comfortable in my own skin with having an LD and to practice smiling at the face of adversity when the challenges are extremely tough. Thank you to so many of my friends, way too many to name. They've taught me so many values and stuff that I can go on and teach to other people outside Landmark. I'm like a mess here, I'm so sorry. Ooh boy. I would also like to thank my haters and my doubters. And every single person that rejected me. I would also like to thank my friend Don for making this amazing cap. And, oh boy. Everybody that I've mentioned so far have all taught me to embrace my dreams the best way possible and to expect the unknown. And one more thing, part of the journey is the end, and my journey is far from over. Every time I've faced every single challenge, I also represent my dad, as we both share the same name. Even though he can be a bit of a pain, I still love you, Dad. With every challenge, I overcome it so far. And I also represent my mom too, for being the most awesomest mom ever. And I just want to appreciate her for being so strong and overcoming any other injury, regardless of any other car accident or whatnot. So thank you so much, Mom. Oh boy. I am forever grateful for the opportunity to enroll at Landmark College outside of Maryland. And also, like I said before, part of the journey is the end, and my journey is far from over. Like Arnold, I will be back, and I will come back strong, and I'm still kicking. Thank you very much.
Well, he said he'd be back. Christopher Brown, cum laude.
I was going back and forth as to whether I would actually come up here and say anything, and it was kind of a last-minute decision, so I'm going to kind of wing it here, so if I say anything stupid, sorry. I'd like to thank my family, my friends. It's absolutely no hyperbole that I would have not been able to do this without you guys. God for being there during the moments where I was at my lowest and I felt alone. All the various teachers who made Landmark such an amazing and wonderful experience for me. Anyone else who I'm just forgetting to name, like, I thank them because you know what you've done for me, regardless of whether I can say your name. And if I said everyone, this would take way too long. It's not an exaggeration at all when I say that that the person who came here to Landmark about 3 years ago was a completely different person, and Landmark changed me as a human for the better, and I'm going to be eternally grateful for this place for that. And I really am going to miss this place, and so thank you.
Adam Campbell, Phi Theta Kappa.
I'd just like to thank my parents, thank all my family, all my friends. Thank my professors for telling me to never give up, telling me to persevere, always telling me that whenever I said I'm not good enough, they always looked me in the eye and said, yeah, you're right, you're the best. This school has meant so much to me, and I'll never forget this place, never forget the people I've met, never forget the friends I've made, and I hope to be back one day, not as a student, but as a graduate, yeah.
Emma Cohen.
I would like to thank my friends, my family, for pushing me to every limit and beyond. I'd like to thank both my advisors, who I hope are here, Nevada Bromley and Meg Murtha, who, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be up here before you today. Also, I'd like to thank Kimmy in the bookstore. She's wearing my crown I got her. She and all the people in the bookstore have helped me so much. They got me through so much, and I could not thank them enough. I'd also like to thank all my friends who I know are here today, Kathleen, Katie, Liz, wherever you are. I want to thank you so much. You guys mean everything to me. Thank you.
Sopa Conley.
Hi, I wasn't going to do a speech, but I would love to thank my teacher for helping me grow as a student to interact in the world, and also thank you my parents for supporting me for finished college. Thank you.
Cullen Elwell.
Hello, everybody. Before I begin, I would like to congratulate my sister who graduated with her master's in engineering from the University of Massachusetts Lowell. I would like to say a quick story about perseverance that I saw recently regarding a Landmark graduate from 2015 who was in a cafe and saw a parent and her son crying, and this student overheard their conversation, and the student was struggling because they just found out their son had an LD. And so she was able to go over there and give them encouragement. I think this story is very important because we've all experienced different downturns in our life that we must be able to come over and persevere. So, thank you very much.
Annie Gao.
When I first came to Landmark, I was so frustrated because I want to go home. It was so stressful for me that the challenges that I have to face with. But my parents told me I can do this. And here I am, once again. So first, I want to thank my parents for pushing me through this. I also want to thank my international club buddies, Danny Savinovich, who will be going to Ling U next fall, Chrissy McIntyre, and Ms. Fishberg, the club advisor, whom I also have for ballroom dancing class. I'd also want to thank Ms. D'Alessio, my advisor, and Ms. Stamp for Career Connections for helping me. And finally, I want to thank all the past faculty members back from Syosset High School by helping me choosing Landmark. So for the next fall, I will be attending Elms College at Chicopee, Mass. to work hard. Again, congrats to all graduates. Thank you for helping me. And I'm going to miss you, all of you, very much, and I love you all.
Nathan Grable.
So I also wasn't going to say anything, but I just want to thank my family, all my friends, and all my professors. So, oh, also my advisor. So yeah, thank you.
Kathleen Haggerty.
So I'm just going to say thank you to my parents because this is all because of them. So, yeah.
Halden Keppel.
Just wanted to thank everyone who has supported me throughout my journey here. I've enjoyed my experience at Landmark. It's been a pleasure to be in an environment that's always been supportive of me and has always stood by me no matter how hard I struggled. Even if it took me like 1 hour to get a simple concept, this college did not give up on me. And I would like to thank my parents for always standing by me, my brother, my sister, social pragmatics team, campus safety officer Sean Morton and Officer Scale for all the good talks I've had with them, and our dean Nicole Pasenka, my advisor Kathy D'Alessio, and my academic coach Ruth Wilmot. And I'd like to especially thank those people for the good times I've had with them and also the support that a lot of them have given me. And lastly, I would like to thank all of the audience for taking the time out to hear from me, and go Sharks.
Samuel Kozlowski, cum laude.
Okay, so I'd first like to thank the Academy and wrong speech. I'd like to thank the staff here, the deans, the teachers, particularly the science department, who helped me get through my internship proposal, and despite doing it the entire wrong way. I've learned a lot of my time here. I've done a lot more than I would have expected to do otherwise here, and I feel like I can confidently go on with my academic career, having spent a year at Landmark now. Thank all of you, and I'd like to thank my family for their support too. Thank you.
Mark Lincoln-Wellner Seabow.
I'd like to thank my family, friends, and Landmark for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Michael Margolin.
Trying to find my parents in the audience. If you'd raise your hands. Right there? Thank you. Yeah. Today I am humbled to be among a lot of people who are very proud of my achievements. And I think a big part of today's speeches has been justice and doing justice in the world, not just for others, but for ourselves. And it's difficult to do this when we are so focused on the world as a whole and on changing it, when sometimes we first have to focus on changing ourselves. I think often the hardest thing to do is to recognize when we have been part of injustice and to better ourselves. And I think I've struggled very hard to achieve something better in myself and in others, and the people around me who I care about. There are a great many people who I wish to thank here. Sally Banta and Max Little from Social Pragmatics, my parents and my friends and family, innumerable, especially Keith, who I care about a great deal. But I also wanted to thank a great many people who I play a game with every so often, or people who I have played with Dungeons and Dragons. I wanted to thank, first of all, Nicole Pasenka, my RD, for making this necklace for me. But the virtues and ideals I aspire to are inspired by 6 people who I have, I think, in the past been friends I care about who I have wronged. And their virtues and ideals, I don't think I can adequately describe them in a timely fashion, but I wanted to at least, if anything, acknowledge the sort of oath that their characters, heroes, created with me in our world. So I'm going to end by swearing the oath that we made for these heroes and these characters, which I think I've memorized, but just in case, I'll actually read them. Guide the strong. When might is needed, we direct it justly. Protect the weak. Value isn't measured in strength alone. Love all as your own. Understand that all life is of one family. Hate not your foes. Just because you slay your foes doesn't mean you hate them. I hope that I am able to uphold these ideals and see good in others and in myself, even when we fail, especially when we fail. So I want to thank the Landmark community for keeping me on the straight and narrow and helping me to see the light at the end. So thank you, everyone.
Jacob Antaki Greco Morrissey.
I would just like to say thank you to my 3 wonderful mothers who came, and my wonderful cousin Connor who came. Thank you.
Christopher Ergel.
All right. So, Landmark was my very first concept of college, as was the first college I was truly exposed to, having attended the high school summer program twice, and since then had always envisioned myself going to college here. And luckily, I was accepted to Landmark straight out of high school, and the experience couldn't have been more inspiring, motivational, or memorable. I've grown so much as a person and a student here thanks to all the help of Landmark's many educators, my parents, and discovering myself as an independent person. I've unleashed my passion for advocacy and social justice, which I put to work often, and I've gained greater appreciation for academics and more motivation to push through challenging tasks. I'm now taking what I've gained from Landmark and will use that to pursue a degree in either communications or political science. Though Landmark will forever be my family, and please note, I couldn't thank everyone enough.
Danielle Savinovich.
Hi, I really wasn't supposed to give a speech, but I decided to give one off the spot, and I'd like to give a big shout out to my mom and sister over there. I see them, and you know, part of the reason why I'm here at Landmark is because of hard work. You know, my mom, about 40 years ago, she moved here from her her little island home, the Dominican Republic, just to have a dream. She grew up poor, but along with my dad, but they worked really hard, and they drilled that into me and my sister's heads, and as much as I didn't want to be here, but I managed to persevere, and I did a lot of really amazing things here. I started a club here, and I was a DJ here on the local radio station. I really enjoyed that. Joined the campus activities board. I had a job here. I was an office assistant. Got to travel halfway across the world to New Zealand. That was pretty amazing, and I can't describe my experience enough. I actually enjoyed it. And now I'm moving on to another school. I'm going to enjoy that warm Florida sunshine down at Lynn University, and hopefully, because of my experience here at Landmark, I'll become a public educator or doing something in political science.
Demi Sector Gross, cum laude.
I wasn't supposed to give a speech, but I would like to thank my friends and family, especially my family, for believing in me. I would like to thank Meg Martha as my advisor, who recently retired, I believe a year ago. Debbie, who is now my advisor, I'd like to thank, and I would like to also thank Ruth for helping me and organizing my life a little bit. Special thanks to my boyfriend Zach, who's been my knight in shining armor and my rock. And I would also like to, thank Eric Horowitz for getting me up this morning so I could make it to graduation. But I also never thought I'd actually be standing here and graduating, and I'm pretty glad that I did. Thank you.
Kelsey Shepard.
Hi everyone. I just want to thank my family, my friends, teachers who all helps me get through my time here. It was pretty rocky, but I finally made it. Thank you.
Danielle Silverman.
Got my speech out. I was supposed to make one all along. Okay. Here we go. Give me a sec. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. I have to admit, there were times I wasn't sure I'd make it to this moment. Today, I want to share a little story. In the fall of 2015, I left my dream school in North Carolina in the middle of October. I left because getting up, getting my work done was taking forever. I just could not keep up. I was losing confidence and my sense of self. I returned home having no idea what was going to happen next. My mom had heard of this school in Vermont that was for people who learn differently. I arrived 3.5 years ago for January to 2016. It was dark, cloudy, and freezing, and I was sad and a little homesick. But as I started meeting teachers, administrators, and students, I felt the warmth of this special place. I especially remember those early days taking the bus to Keene with Steve, the bus driver, who couldn't be more friendly and accommodating. He knew my favorite Keene restaurants better than most of my friends. I admit going from a high school of 4,000 to Landmark with a total of about 350 kids was a bit of a culture shock. But late in high school and my early college years, I suffered from some serious depression and anxiety. It was pretty scary. So as I arrived at Landmark in early January 2015, I really needed a warm and supportive environment with a range of resources to help me become the best version of myself. I was really lucky to be assigned Lucy Stamp, my advisor, and Deb Barrago as my coach. They stuck with me even when I wasn't sure I could stick with myself. Thank you so much, Lucy and Deb. I will forever be grateful. My teachers, you have all been amazing. In the midst of some really dark days when I was having trouble getting to class, you stuck with me. You saw things in me that I cannot see. I will always be grateful. One of the things I am most thankful for is after a break of over a year, I was welcomed back with a real embrace by the awesome community. You have given me the confidence to make it through the semester and earn this degree. During these past few years, the Landmark community, love of friends and family, a lot of writing, and some great music have helped me to get back to being myself, grow as a person, and revitalize my love of learning. I'm standing here today a very different person than I was a few years ago. I am confident and better prepared to take on the challenges ahead. Landmark has helped me develop the skills and inside and out the classroom to flourish. Thank you, Landmark, and each of you. I will forever be grateful. And my parents, you're so supportive, amazing. Thank you, guys.
Danny Singer. Carolyn Unger, cum laude. Luke Valentine.
I'd like to thank my friends, my family, and my whole support group here at Landmark.
Tristan Walls. Dakota Wilson.
I may be a soft speaker, but all I can say is that I'm very thankful for my parents who are very supportive to me, and I'm very grateful. And also the rest of my family, they are so very grateful and very supportive. And I also thank for my instructors who have given me very much experience for the past 3 years. That includes my advisor, Catherine Carmen, and also most fascinating people I met in Landmark. And I say, I'm very thankful for y'all.
Christina Yensho.
Meow.
Well said. Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Liberal Studies and the Arts, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Associate Arts in Business Studies. Aidan Crane. Jonah Daniel Mann, Phi Theta Kappa, summa cum laude.
Good morning. My girlfriend, Caroline Unger, advised me against this, but I'm going to give a quick speech. I would just like to thank my family, all the wonderful faculty, and I'd like to thank Landmark for giving me a second chance at my college education. Thank you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Professional Studies and Science, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Associate of Science in Computer Science. Gabrielle Rayfield.
Okay. I'd like to thank all the people who've helped me achieve my degree here at Landmark, the senior CS support members who have just recently graduated, all incredibly smart individuals, Dylan Gebel, Greg Hagiani, Bobby Christopher, with 2 first names, Cale Hansen, and Dennis Champlain, all of whom have spent hours helping me learn concepts or figure out code. One second. Without which, I probably wouldn't have made it through CS2 with, that was a tough class. I'd like to thank the current semester CS support members. Nathan Gully, you've been a real friend. Daniel Santana, you've always had my back. Brian Ramsor, Ethan Roach, David Quillen, and special mentions to Gil Borstein, you sort of filled in, And thank you to John Russo for all your support. I'd like to thank everyone at DCAS for making it a great work environment, and to all those who've helped me with my essays. Julia Crane, Mickey Cronin, Brian Cohen, always quick on the wit, Sandy Bauer. Thank you to Denise Higgins for running all over the place, for helping me get approved for things, taking lots of time to help me figure out my degree. Special mentions to Anais Sidonia for pushing me towards the direction I wanted to go, helping me stay organized. Thank you to Eve Leons for your free advice and awesome snacks, helping me through an existential panic attack over my degree. Thank you to everyone in the registrar and everyone else, for that matter, who have approved me for course substitutions. Before I came to Landmark, I felt very isolated and very self-conscious. My LD felt very stigmatized, and I felt like I needed to, hide it. But I feel here everyone has done a lot to make me feel comfortable with myself, just by being themselves. And I'd like to thank everyone for that. I finally feel like I'm a part of something here at Landmark, and I'm still coming back for one more semester. LD seminar, it's a great class, I've heard. I wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. So thank you and congratulations to all the graduates, and thank you, Mom and Dad, most of all.
Brian Ramsor.
I just want to say thank you to my sister and my parents for helping me get through everything and just keeping track and everything, my advisors for my shenanigans, and all my professors. Thank you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Professional Studies and Science, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Associate of Science in Life Sciences. Mohammed Dia.
Good afternoon. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge some really important people in my life. They have been monumental to my success, and I would not be up here today without their support. First and foremost, I would like to thank my mother for providing me with the most nurturing environment filled with love and kindness. Thank you for giving me nothing but the best education possible. You are such a strong mom. Through all the ups and downs, you have advised me and loved me unconditionally, and I can't thank you enough. To the Lucases and the Pericones, you guys are my family, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am to have you as role models in my life. I am so appreciative. And, To Sarah, I can't believe how fast time flies. It feels like just yesterday that we met. During my short time here, you have supported me and motivated me through all the moments, through my toughest moments. You are truly one of a kind. I am so happy you are part of my life. Lastly, I would like to thank my advisor, Lucy Stamp, and my mentor, Andrew Stein, and all the Landmark College faculty and staff for teaching me the skills I need to succeed. Thank you and congrats, class of 2019.
Eric Horowitz.
I'd like to thank my entire family for not only helping me through this part of my life, but my entire life. I'd like to thank my advisor, Eve, for being there for me throughout my entire time here. I'd like to thank all of the faculty and staff that have taught me a lot, especially those who are in the Life Sciences program. I'd like to thank all of the residential staff, and I'd like to talk just briefly about distance and relationships. Relationships don't know distance, but we do. And it's how we choose to deal with that distance that defines how far we can go in a relationship. To all the friends that I have out here behind me who have already left the college, I'm not gonna let that distance stop me from being your friend. Thank you.
Zachary James.
Wow, a lot of people here today. I had a 5-minute speech, cutting it down to 1 minute because I'm hungry. First off, I want to thank mom and dad, brother, 2 sisters who don't respond to my text. And then my professors, Kim, Cindy, Andrew, and missing Todd, and I think that's it. But I'd like to find another college or university that allows their bio teacher to play basketball with them. Honestly, and one more, my boys, Juju, Mark, even Peyton, Isaac, Paige, you there? There you are. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you after, so.
Patrick Leprad.
I hear you, Luke. I just want to start off thanking my family and friends from Rhode Island who drove all the way to come see me graduate. I want to give a quick shout out to my sister who's going to be going to McGill University to study neuroscience. So I want to give a quick shout out to her right now. I also want to give a quick shout out to my boy Fitzy, my roommate Eric, and all my other friends. I can't name you all, I don't have time right now. I want to give a quick story quickly. So my life science started at the convocation when I listened to a certain individual who told the story of how her and the president rescued a frog from a drain. And I didn't know how I was going to get started, so I went up to her and she introduced me to Dr. Stein, to Tom Hinckley, and all the other life science professors. And I started she's the spark of my journey here, Rhiannon Graywolf. Thank you so much for being my spark. Also, one more shout out to all my alumni friends who traveled across the states to come see us all graduate. Thank you very much. And congratulations to all the graduates. I wish you the best of luck wherever fate takes you. Good luck to everyone. Thank you.
Ani Sedona, Phi Theta Kappa, summa cum laude.
I apologize for my voice. I have really bad allergies. I spent every day of middle and high school simply trying to get through each day, surrounded by students who worked faster than me and by teachers who didn't understand me. I lost my passion for learning. When I first discovered Landmark as a junior in high school, my life changed. I was hopeful about my future for the first time. The only motivation I had to finish high school was the prospect of going to Landmark, where I would be able to learn, be around people like me, make friends, and fit in for once. Once I became a student at Landmark, not only did it meet the expectations I had before arriving, it exceeded them. For the first time in my life, I found that I was truly learning, and I was excited to go to class every day. Now I have a newfound love for learning and a sense of confidence that I will be able to overcome any obstacle I face in the future. I have rediscovered my passion for science and research that I feared I would never see again. I'm a very different person now than when I first arrived here. I have learned how to read and comprehend, how to speak effectively, how to make friends, how to do math I never knew I was capable of, and write papers I never would have predicted I could write. Before Landmark, I refused to speak in class. If a teacher even slightly drew attention to me, I would tear up. Many days, I would spend more time in the nurse's office than in class. Before Landmark, I would avoid human interaction at all costs. Now I only avoid it sometimes. This community truly changes lives. I have grown so much as a person in the past 3 years. I gave my first presentation since 7th grade here at Landmark. I voluntarily participated in class for the first time since elementary school here at Landmark. I had my first paying job as an early orientation leader here at Landmark. I gained my first research experience at UVM last summer working in a lab thanks to Landmark's partnership with the Vermont Genetics Network. I dissected a cat here at Landmark, and I got to keep the latex mold of its tricuspid valve. I got my first serious case of influenza here at Landmark. I was an advocate through my work in the Center for Neurodiversity here at Landmark. I was on my first sports team here at Landmark. I have presented posters that I am proud of in the Landmark Science and Public Communication fairs. I left an acid erosion on the chemistry lab table here at Landmark. I have worked with Kathy Burris to start the Therapy Rabbit program here at Landmark. And now I have graduated, or I'm about to graduate, from Landmark College. Thank you, Landmark, for all the experiences, opportunities, and resources you've provided. Thank you to my mom, who has always been my #1 support and advocate and support, and has always believed in me. Thank you to my grandparents, my dad, and my stepdad for always being here on this special day. Thank you to my best friend Megan and her family for always supporting me, dealing with me when I'm unmedicated and annoying, and for being here today. Thank you to all my Landmark friends. You are all very special to me and have been the first community that I have truly felt understands me. Thank you to my advisor Eve, my counselor Meg, and my coach Debbie for being so supportive and helpful. You've all helped me manage small, everyday things and large, overwhelming things. Without my coach, I would have drowned in dirty dishes and dust bunnies within the first week. Thank you, most of all, to my incredible professors who have taught me skills and knowledge that will last a lifetime and have helped me see my strengths and potential. The science department has contributed so much to my success, more than I can put into words, as have the social pragmatics team and the communications department. I leave my fellow graduating classmates with a quote from, of course, the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. For students with learning difference, it's easy to feel the pressure to be faster all the time, or simply to meet expectations. The world might move at a pace that you don't work at. I know that can be the case for me. Slowing down can give you more of an opportunity to pursue your passions. Slowing down can keep you on track and allow you to make better decisions. I took an extra year to complete my associate's degree, and it was all worth it. Slow down and enjoy your journey wherever it takes you after today. Congratulations, class of Spring 2019.
Christopher Whittle. Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Liberal Studies and the Arts, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies. Isaac Alam.
Hello, everyone. I just want to give a couple of shout outs before I begin my speech. But first of all, blessings and love to everyone. I want to start by giving thanks to my family, my parents for giving me the gift of life. I'm forever grateful and just want to make you proud. Shout out to my brothers Mark, Ryan, Jamal, Juju, Zach, everyone for always having my back. I want to also thank my aunts, Catherine and Diana, for always being there for me. My grandmother, your love will forever stay with me. To my cousin, Alicia, and my sister, Naya. I'm standing here today to let you know that you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I love you guys deeply. So, and also to the Landmark community, thank you, Ruth. Thank you, John Rose, Dottie, Matt Gander, Andy Donahue for opening my talents. And yeah, I want to thank the Landmark community. So we are here to acknowledge our hearts and honor our hearts. I hope everyone can feel the shift that's happening in the universe. More and more people are searching for the truth. We are one that's all around us. We are made from the same fabric as the universe. The reason why we should help each other during early stages in life is because enlightenment is not a matter of time, and we should never underestimate something small. The way I see the world may be different from the way you see the world. However, we are all family living in this human experience. Our similarities as human beings and what we share in common at the emotional level, at the level of love, and at the level of heart are far more important than our differences. Understanding that unconditional love understanding that we are unconditional love to our core, and understanding that is key. People in powerful positions should be operating in unity and love. And with that being said, I just want to extend my peace, extend my love and joy to everyone in the world. Thank you.
Max Ames. William Cooley.
Hello, Landmark. Wow. Sorry, I'm just taking in everything right now. I want to say thank you to my family, my friends, but also to the school. I thought this school was not going to be like every other school. Push me down, push me to my limits, or just treat me like something else. However, when I came here, I had a different experience. I met many great people. People who saw me for who I am, and pretty much saw not just me as a person, a hard worker, dedicated, and strong, independent individual. And I just want to thank all of those that pushed me and helped me become who I am. To my friends, to the fellow classmates, to my teachers, especially Kim. You're awesome, Kim, for helping me. Then it's not just about one thing you need to do. You have to expand and help yourself become better at understanding information. And I wanted to say thank you to two great people in my life, my mom and my grandma. My mom helped me through a lot of things. She also pushes me, but in a way, it helped me become better. But they taught me one thing. Time doesn't control you. You control your destiny. You strive forward. And never give up on your dreams and your passions. Thank you.
James DeGarry.
Oh, this is actually real. All right. This place saved me. I came here thinking I was broken. Now I realize I'm not. And a long list of people I want to thank for that. Mom, Dad, you should have quit on me a long time ago and you didn't. Sean, Bess, thanks for making it. All my family that's watching, thank you. John Wood, Coach, my fellow RAs, Chumley Bridges, which is actually the best hall. You guys made me a better person. You made me a better man, and I will never forget that. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I was waiting for a long time for this. All the teachers, every single one of you I had, gave me something that I didn't have when I arrived. You gave me purpose, which is something I've never had. This place is something truly magical, and people have said that a lot better than I have so far, or ever could. And I will never forget all the people I've met, everyone in this class that I've met, every student I've met. Thank you. Thank you for making me better.
Mariah Edson, Golden Key, summa cum laude.
All right, I'm going to do a thank you lightning round here. I want to thank, of course, my friends and my family, my boyfriend and his family. I want to thank my counselor, Tori, my coach, Ruth, my advisor, Brian, all my professors, and in particular, Matt Gander, who's been a mentor to me. I want to thank the people at WLMC, the people at the Drake Center. I want to thank my RAs and RDs over at Chumley Bridges. I want to thank as well the dining hall staff for being totally cool about me showing up 3 minutes before close every single day, right, like clockwork. And also for the cleaning staff over at Chumley Bridges. And in closing, I want to say how proud I am that both of my suite mates are sharing this stage with me today, Megan Freeman and Demi Schechter-Gross. Thank you.
William Epifanio.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to give a thank you speech. I want to thank my family for coming to see me graduate today, my parents, including my mom, my grandmother, and my two sisters, Ann and Kate. I also want to thank my friends, my fellow classmates, my professors, my advisor, John Russo, and my other advisors, Alan Hodson and Lucy Stamp, for helping me go through my studies and achieve all the hard work I've ever done right until this day. And I also want to thank Emily North for helping me achieve my tasks, my responsibilities and duties in my internship, my marketing internship. And I also want to thank Sally Banta, Max Little, and Andy Donahue for having so much fun with me and my other friends too. And ever since I first came to study here at Landmark, I've been feeling like I really belong here in this most amazing, wonderful, and awesome community of students and professors. I also want to thank this whole school, my friends and my family, for helping me, for supporting me and helping me go through my studies, and I couldn't have done this without their help. And I also remember the moments that I always need to finish up strong, especially for my studies. And all the campus events and activities that I had fun at, and making new friends too. And it was such an honor, and so I'd like to thank you all for helping me overcome my struggles and achieve my degree. Also, when I first came here in my very first year, I was never stressful. And I was never homesick either. And I was really proud, and I'm really proud about that. And one more thing. During my 6 whole years here at LC, I had a lot of fun and figuring out what to do with academic support from all my professors and my advisor, John Russo, in these 2 degree programs I went through, my associates and my bachelor's. And I'd like to thank everyone for helping me earn this honor. Thanks, everyone.
Alexander Evans.
You are listening to WLMC, Landmark College Radio, out of Putney, Vermont. So I would like to say, but we're not live here right now. But I've said those words so many times, not only is it second nature to me, I could probably do it in my sleep, but I've come to realize something about them. They represent more than just our call letters on WLMC. They represent my journey here and the importance of our community. And I alluded to this in my capstone a little bit, but WLMC is not just our radio station, it's everybody's radio station. We are a huge community, and I have been more than honored to be the station manager for the past 3.5 years for it. So, with all that being said, it wasn't easy getting here. Yes, I've been, 4.5 years here at Landmark, but it was another, 5 before that, getting here. But that's okay. Everybody's journey is different, especially here at Landmark. And the staff, the faculty, the students, they all recognize that. And that is something really special that you do not get anywhere else. And I've been a lot of other places, so I know. Now comes the obligatory thank yous. And while I could fill a full 2-hour WLMC's time slot thanking everybody, I'm not going to. We don't got time. So, besides the family and friends who traveled all the way here just to see me graduate, there's a few people who stand out that I need to thank. One, my lovely wife Andy, who has been more than patient while I've been away for 4.5 years. So, she really deserves the Patience Award. Secondly, I have to thank my advisors, Kathy DeLassio and Linda Kerr, for not only being there for me, but giving me a kick in the pants when I definitely needed it. Because, let's be honest, we're all Landmark students here at some capacity. We always need that kick in the pants at the critical moments. And finally, there's one person above all else here in the community who has really been there for me from day one. And I am not only proud to call him a professor and a mentor, but my friend. Eric Matty, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to all you out there, I'm gonna leave you with one thing, and I need you all to do me this favor. Please, it's a very small one. I'd like you all to go to WLMC.landmark.edu and listen to our radio station because it's pretty awesome. Thank you.
Derek Feliciano.
I'd like to thank everyone at Landmark College, and to President Eden, the facility members. I also like to thank my family that's present here. I would like to thank them for helping me overcome this milestone in my life as I pursue other goals that will lead me to my next milestone. I would like to wish my fellow classmates that are also completing this milestone in their lives is great luck in any of the pursuits that come after this. It has been a long journey. We still have much more to go in our lives. And so I think everyone here has expressed this already, but good luck, everyone.
Megan Freeman.
just want to start off by thanking the good Lord. Without the good Lord, I'd never be where I've been in life, throughout the ups, throughout the downs, all these many years, going through all of my years of education. There's been some harder times, but I've been able to get through. And for my family, I just want to say thank you. You've been super supportive, and you've been super understanding. Despite never having a learning disability, you guys have been pretty darn amazing. And then for my friends, I just want to say thank you. You guys have been amazing. You guys have just been supporting me through the ups, through the downs. We are each other's rock. You are my rock. Thank you. Thank you all. I love you all.
Stephen Jones.
I'd like to thank Crystal Togel and Ray Stokes, Melanie Kaiser, Emily North for being some of the best people I've ever worked for in work study. Thank you.
Connor Lawrence.
Thank you. Before I even start anything else, I want to address two people who could not make it here today, personally, close friends of mine. First, alumni Christina Parrish, who's graduating on this day with us as well. And the second is, some of my friends know him, my best friend, Liam Griffin, Brothers by Sacred Oath, graduating on this day as well from Fitchburg. I love the both of you. You'll be watching this later, so shouts out. So, anyways, how you doing, guys? How's it going? Nice to see you. So, you know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years. They're called doctors. So, if anyone's got a Sharpie, I could put a little PhD on my thing. That'd be great. Yeah. And I'm just gonna try to speed run through this thing because I got a lot of people I want to thank. The most important thing to me to recognize on this day is that, you know, I'm fully aware of what I accomplished. I can stand here in front of you with full confidence and tell you from the bottom of my heart that I did this. But to me, really what I want to do is pay it forward to the people who helped me get here in the first place. And I'm looking at you, Seamus. Hey, go find him afterwards. He'll do a magic trick for you. Anyways, but it's very important for me that I pay it forward to the people who really, you know, brought me here at every level. And so I got to get the hard ones out of the way first. Mom, I love you. If it wasn't for you, I would have ran out of gas a long time ago, and I would have ran out of laundry money a long time ago. And a lot of other things too. But you've been my rock throughout my whole life, and you're everything to me, Mom. I love you so much. Thank you. The other person, Ed Boy, my stepfather. My father passed away when I was 14. And anybody who's lost a parent knows the emotional toll that takes. But maybe the harder thing to do is actually take the mantle from that person that you're replacing. And I wouldn't be the man I am today if you hadn't come into my life, Ed, and taken that place for my dad. And I don't say this enough to you, Ed, but I love you and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He's a cool guy, you know, like I think he's all right. Yeah. I really do want to thank all my teachers here. And I'm not just saying like, all of them like, oh, thank God, being decisive or anything. I really do, because every class that I've had here, I have truly been able to be myself. And sometimes that's not the most productive, I recognize that, and sometimes that's not. Kip knows exactly what I'm talking about, but he, but me being able to express myself truly as I am here has left a profound impact on me. So thank you to everyone I have. A big shouts out to Kip, Ms. Glennon, Hutchmaster General, my mans, and especially Mac, who wrote a really touching tribute for me, and Silvegi, because I really would not have been here without you, Silvegi. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm also an RA. A lot of you guys know that in the back, the students, you might know that. I want to thank Coach and Mama Wood for giving me the opportunity to take on this burden in the first place. I'm a very big believer that God does not put you in situations you cannot handle, and that the people who wind up in your life are meant to be there for a reason. And I don't think I'd be anywhere near as equipped to go out into the world if I hadn't met and been with Nicole Pasenka for the past 2 years. And you've truly left a deep impact on me. And look, anybody who knows us knows that we might have contradictory styles, and I feel like I might have caused some, you know what I'm talking about. And I've probably caused a few gray hairs to pop up now and then, but thank you, Nicole. Thank you. And I really, more than anything, my friend family, whatever you want to call, all my people who showed up here from God knows where else, Chris and Hamill and Marston and Lynn and Ash and Rach. I want to thank you guys because when I first got here, I grew up my whole life as an individual with ASD, and I never thought I would be able to actually reach out beyond myself to form a lasting bond with someone or even a group of people that would be lasting throughout the years. And the gamble that you guys took on me, the risk that you took by actually getting to know me, helped me realize who I really am, because I'm not the freak that I used to see in the mirror. I mean, I'm a bit of a weirdo, but not that bad though. Not as bad as I used to be though, but I'm still pretty weird, but exactly, yeah. Did you say the Greek freak? The good freak. Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah. I want to thank my buddy Pat Hamill too, especially for coming out here, supporting me throughout the years. His dad, actually, fun fact, is Mark Hamill. You guys know who Mark Hamill is, right? Yeah? Luke Skywalker. It's not actually, it's his dad's not actually Luke Skywalker. He's just some guy that works at Intel, but he's Mark Hamill though. Anyways, but you guys taking that risk on me helped me realize who I really am. We have many labels that define us as people. Those parts are never greater than the whole. And for all of those who helped me reach that conclusion, I just want to say thank you. And I can't do this off the top of my head anymore, because this is the hard one, the last person I need to thank. And the last individual I really do want to thank is, more than anybody, is my father. Like I said earlier, he's not with us anymore. And for a long time, my mom and my dad were the only people I felt could reach me and could understand me. I never could wrap my head around why he was the one who had to go. And I think anyone with an LD can relate to the parallel of the story of Job, the feeling Martin Heidegger called thrownness, being at a total loss of control, and arbitrarily cast aside by life, left to fee for oneself, left waiting for an answer like Didi and Estegon. But life is never that one-sided, even when it is that bad. Even though your time came too soon, Dad, it was also my time to take the mantle for myself. Is it fair? Hell no. But it's not about what's fair. It's about what you do with the cards in your deck. The person standing here today is who he is because of that man, Mark Donald Lawrence. He gave this man a nudge every time he wasn't able to push himself. He whispered encouragement to him when he felt like running away. And he is the person I did this for. And until we meet again in the vault of eternity and raise our chalices once more in Valhalla, I love you, Dad, and thank you. And thank you. All right. When God stripped Job of his possessions and his family, and when he was brought to the hill to be berated by God and reminded that his suffering was the product of a divine will, Job stayed thankful and faithful. Many times in my life, in particular in the past year, I've thought of Job, and I thought of what the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung said about Job, which is that Job's struggle against God, against life itself, was the birth of salvation. For God, witnessing firsthand the suffering of a person made in his image, led to the transition into Christ. And to all those who stand here with me, to all those who stand on the stage with me, to all those who've gone here to school, you know this to be true. You know this, you know this in your gut. And because none of us asked to be shortchanged, and we did nothing to deserve it. So many today rightfully point to the ills of society because there's frankly far too many. But oftentimes the ills come directly from life itself. And life itself has a tyrannical element to it. But like I said earlier, nothing is ever that one-sided. And that is ultimately just an element. It's not the full picture. And above all, if I ever, to anybody in here, to anybody who watches, to anybody who might see this one day, if I ever left an impact on you to any degree at all, for even just the slightest moment, I want this to be what you remember of me. That our suffering is an indisputable fact, but the pain we feel can be the water that lets our soul grow if we tend to it. Never in life have I ever been around a community that is as tight-knit as this united, this undivided. Even when things feel fractured, we are one unit. And we are that unit, I believe, because this place and the people who call it home, no matter how wacky and crazy and whatever this place gets with, cat ears and things, it's always, this truly is the place to give you a crash course in how to tend to your soul. And remember that the light that shines in you can pierce through any darkness. And it may not take away any pain, but more importantly than that, it will help you see past it. And to close this, I have one more thing. I know I've been up here a while, but I have one more thing, because ever since I came back here, I've been thinking about this moment for a very long time, you guys, and I've had one passage in mind that has really guided me through this entire process. I'll share that with you, and then we'll be done. Sorry about that. But this is from Friedrich Nietzsche, and this has truly been one of my cornerstones throughout my time back here. A traveler who has seen many countries and peoples and several continents was asked what human traits he had found everywhere, and he answered, "People are inclined to laziness." Some will feel he might have said with greater justice, "They're all timid. They hide behind customs and opinions." At bottom, every human being knows very well that he is in this world just once as something unique, and that no accident, however strange, will throw together a second time into a unity. Such a curious and diffuse plurality. He knows this, yet hides it like a bad conscience. Why? From fear of his neighbor who insists on convention and veils himself with it. But what is it that compels the individual human being to fear his neighbor and to think and act herd fashion and not be glad of himself? A sense of shame, perhaps, in a few rare cases. In the vast majority, however, it is the desire for comfort. Inertia, in short, that inclination to laziness of which the traveler spoke. He's right. Humans are even lazier than they are timid, and what they fear most is the troubles of which any unconditional honesty and nudity will burden them. Only artists hate this slovenly life and borrowed manners and loosely fitting opinions and unveil the secret of everybody's bad conscience, the principle that every human being is a unique wonder. They dare to show us the human as he is down to the last muscle, himself and himself alone. Even more than in this rigorous consistency of his uniqueness, he is beautiful and worth contemplating, as novel and incredible as every work of nature, and by no means dull. When a great speaker despises men, it's his laziness that he despises. For it is on account of this that he has the appearance of factory products and appears indifferent and unworthy of companionship or instruction. The human being who does not wish to belong to the mass must merely cease being comfortable with himself. Let him follow his conscience, which shouts at him, "Be yourself." What you are presently doing, opining and desiring, that is not really you. Thank you.
Chrissy McIntyre, cum laude.
We finally made it to this big day, and I'm super excited.
Alyssa Pignelli, magna cum laude.
I just want to say thank you to my parents who always supported me and pushed me to the best of my ability even when I didn't believe in myself. And I wouldn't have been able to make it to this point without their support or the support of my brother and sisters and the support of my wonderful friends that I've made here. I've never met such kind-hearted people in my life until I came here. And I would also like to thank my amazing advisor, Mr. Balcom, who has supported me for the past 2 years and helped me through everything. Thank you.
Benjamin Raskin Gross, Golden Key, magna cum laude.
Getting a college education is not a solitary process, regardless of whether you're getting an undergraduate, graduate, or postgraduate level. On the way, you meet lots and lots of people, because relationships are part of college success. I'm grateful to have met a lot of people who have had and still will have a positive impact on my own life. Jenna, Megan, Sally, Max, Jim Balcom, Linda, Liz, Mike Daly, Dale, Jeff, Jackie, Lynn, Mike Stelly, Norma, Christine. You and so many others have made my life at Landmark special. Through working with you, I've developed a strong love of learning, even learning about learning and cognition, both the big picture and the specific details. I'm so full of gratitude and grateful to be grateful. And I'd also like to thank my family for coming here, regardless of how far away you live. And thank you for being supportive. This is all I have.
That's it. Congratulations. Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Liberal Studies and the Arts, the following individuals have met the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts in Studio Art. Michael Ferrari. Constance Geiger. Upon the recommendation of the faculty in the School of Professional Studies and Science, the following individual meets the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science: David Quillen.
Wow, what a time it's been. When I first heard of this school, it was 9 years ago. I was fresh out of about a year and a half of an unfulfilling time at a local community college after failing out of Virginia Tech. And that first year, that first semester, we dropped my sister off at Gettysburg, and then we're chased by a snowstorm all the way up the coast. And that snowstorm hit about 3 days in and proceeded to drop 2.5 feet of snow. Hello, Vermont. We proceeded to have, that was Wednesday, we didn't have school until the Monday afterwards. Back then, the STEM building where I've practically lived for the last 3 years did not exist. 40% of it was a rather underused tennis court, and the rest was extra parking. The halls were not Frost, Aiken, alumni, Stone, Davis, and the Chumleys. They were probably even more lovely: Frost, Aiken, Middle, Hall number 4, and Davis. And then the Chumleys as well. And it wasn't, and this was a 2-year college back then. And so I was there, got my associates in liberal studies, and then they decided to I was sitting in the audience of my own graduation, and they announced, we are going to go to a 4-year college. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I didn't have the money at the time. So I decided to get a job. And I got a job at a local supermarket. And I was happy. People were lovely, place was inclusive. I was admittedly a little bit out of my comfort zone in that I was working customer service and am not a people person. But it helped. And at the same time, eventually, they went out of business. They went out of business, and on July 30th of 2015 or 16, I don't remember which, that August, I was back here going for my bachelor's in computer science. I had a couple friends from when I graduated the first time here, and they were the safety net that I had during that first year because I didn't know anybody else in the computer science department. I'm glad for them, for the people that graduated before me in the computer science department, because they welcomed me. They helped me, and I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have them. Better late than never. But that's not all. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my family for being able to, for forking over the money that I could come back here. I'd like to thank my aunt and uncle for letting me room for those 1 days every single year, every single semester. Thank you so that I could come up here early and I could be here on time. I'd like to thank, however, my grandfather, who couldn't make it. Over the 4 years that I was working in customer service, I would spend weekly to bi-weekly or so talks with him, about an hour or so. And we would talk about me, we would talk about everything. But the one thing that he had was that he kept driving home was that for as much as I want to say that I couldn't have done this without my parents, I couldn't have done this without my teachers, I couldn't have done this without my friends, I couldn't have also done this without me. Thanks, Grandpa. It may have been a little late, but I finally understand.
Please welcome back to the podium Dr. Peter Eden.
Graduates, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the Associate of Arts degrees in Liberal Studies and in Business Studies, the Associate of Science degrees in Computer Science and in Life Sciences, the Bachelor of Arts degrees in Liberal Studies and in Studio Art, and the Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science on this day, May 18th, 2019. Folks, I hereby present the May 2019 class of graduates, members of which are now officially welcomed into the Landmark College Alumni Association. Graduates, take your tassels and flip them from right to left. to have Student Government Association President Cullen Elwell and Megan Freeman to come to the podium to present the class gift, please.
Thank you, President Eden. On behalf of the graduating class of 2019, it is our pleasure to present Landmark College with a check for $1,920.19. Our class gifts will be split into two areas. The first area is a scholarship to support in memory of our beloved informational technology staff member, Jim Filipina, who passed away suddenly this spring while heroically trying to save his dog. Jim often stated that he wished a school like Landmark College existed when he was struggling in school. And in honor of him, this scholarship is dedicated to carry on his mission. The second area where we will distribute funds to is a kickstart for a new project on the Landmark College campus for a STEM lab makerspace. This makerspace is of a project student government is enacting and working hard with the administration to accomplish and create. This area is the dream of fellow Landmark student Nate Gully and Anna East, and we hope that this space will be up and running this fall. This total is a collective effort of donation, service, and fundraising from the December 2019 class and the Young Alumni Committee. We would like to help a future student have access to this great school. Please accept this gift to Landmark College with our sincere appreciation for all that you and facilities and the staff do, and also for all future Sharks. Thank you very much.
Is this like a big... That's not the actual check. Thank you so much. Wonderful job. And I'm impressed by your accomplishment here, but I'm even more so by your thought into the application of this funding into those two areas. You absolutely will help change lives in the future. We will deposit the money, when we will apply the money exactly as you wish. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. At this point, we'll have Tricia Stanley, Director of Alumni Relations, come to the podium. Tricia.
Well, hello, my alumni. Well, I'm honored to be the first to welcome you to the Landmark College Alumni Association. Look how far you've come individually and as a group. You have learned and grown a lot in your time here. Some of you have pioneered our new degrees. Some of you are the first voices of our Neurodiversity Center, and all of you survived the Baby Shark song craze. But who am I kidding? That song has a few more years on the charts. I've heard it everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I've heard around this campus, even NPR did a special on it, and how it's helping students learn English as a second language. And of course, I've heard it at home. It's an anthem from my 2 little girls. As simple as the song is, there is a lesson that can be learned from it. It's about health care. Grandma Shark needs new teeth. But all kidding aside, it's a song about a family of sharks, just like us. We, as the college, are here to support you in your continued journey. The Landmark College Alumni Association is a dynamic organization committed and engaged for you in your life. And just like family, no matter what, we will be here to support you. My role is to support you and enhance the relationships that you've made here and developed and make it into a lifetime of engagement, continued opportunities for learning, and new memories. As alumni sharks, you will have a role as well. You need to take what you have learned here, the relationships and the mentorship, and pay that forward to our next generation of students. So, my alumni sharks, congratulations and thank you.
Please stand if you are able and to join us in singing Among Green Hills, which is the Landmark College alma mater, composed by a couple of our former students, and the lyrics may be found on the back of your programs.
Almost done. We have members of the Landmark College Board of Trustees on the stage today. They do a lot to help the college. It's often behind the scenes, but they do a tremendous amount of work and sacrifice and support. So, members of the board, could you stand up for one moment, please? Thank you. Thank you for all you do. And Bob Lewis, the board chair, will come up in a minute to give the closing comments. And we know how important this college is. And there are a lot of challenges in the higher ed industry, and we know how important it is for us to stay strong and continue. And I remember saying to Bob recently, we need to do all these things, and we have to do this and this and this, and we need to stay strong and get even stronger for another 35 years. And he's like, another 35 years? Peter, we need to do this forever. We're that important. So that's how much Bob believes in this college. Bob, dad of a former student at the college, current board chair, please come to the podium.
Hello. Giving the closing remarks is always a sort of a tough thing here at Landmark graduation, because I think more than enough has already been said by these wonderful students when they come up here. And what they do is they validate what we do. And does anyone in this room have any doubt as to what the value of this institution is? I ask you. So, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate all of you on your accomplishments, and I wish you all the very best as you continue to pursue your own unique paths to lifelong learning. You all brought your talents and your intelligence to us. You worked hard, you persevered, and you achieved great things while you were here. And without your dedication and diligence in achieving your goals, you would not be sitting here before us and relishing in this moment. The award of your degree today is our formal expression of confidence in you that you have the skills and capability to move on from here and achieve your aspirations. I always sort of prepare these closing remarks, and then when I'm sitting here and I hear all these things from all these wonderful students, I sort of throw away what I prepared, because so many wonderful things are said, and we sit here as trustees, and we work to bring this college forward. We have one role, and our role is the duty of care and loyalty to this institution. And we're only about where we go strategically, how we continue to develop our mission and fulfill our mission of serving those who learn differently, and to change the way the world looks at the way teachers teach, students learn, and the public feels and understands about education. That's what we're here for, and I think you're seeing a witness of the proof that we are fulfilling our mission. But one thing that hit me over the weekend when I heard students, under the tent or wherever, and here today, is that here at Landmark they found out who they were. Peter talked about the why you did what you did here. And we know the where, when, and what. But we really didn't talk about the who. And the reason that you're up here today and have achieved what you have achieved is because of who you are. And when you look at anything in life, I think that's what you learn here. You learn that who you are is not framed in the context of how others see who you are. They only see a very small part of it. And I was out here on the campus and I looked, you should go take a look before you leave. There's a stone sculpture out on the quad right in front of the McFarlane Center. And the artist is Sam Stone, and he works in stone. And he has made a wonderful sculpture out there called Finn Island, I think it's called, and about our shark, Finn, our shark. And I looked at that thing as a trustee over the years when he was building, and I said, I don't figure it out. And I'm not an artist. That's not my talent. And I looked at that and said, I don't even see that it's a shark. But I did see the dorsal fin. I saw that. And as years go by and actually plants are growing in it, it's starting to take shape as a shark. But it's a shark swimming in the earth. What the hell is that? And so anyway, and then up here today, I was looking at our logo over there. And he said, if you only see the top of that logo, the very top, you'd think it's a snowy mountain. But then when you look down, you start to see, well, hell, it's a shark, So these students, they come here to find more like what people see they are. And they really work here to define and determine who they are. And the who they are is not just what you see. And if you can't figure out it's a shark, and what's underneath is what they know they are. And there are many of you out there that have supported them, and you know who they are. You know some of what is under the surface. You know some of what other people aren't seeing. But they're the ones that really know who they are. And so many people have helped them here and helped them define who they are and understand who they are. And they've talked today and been appreciative of all those people that have helped them get to here. And I urge you students, when you go from here, you play your role in helping others and how they determine who they are and how they function in this society together. And many of you have said wonderful things about that. And in order to know who you are and to help others, you need to know who you are. So where people need support, support them. Where people have a need, help them fulfill that need. Where they struggle and need to persevere, help them persevere. Because that's what this college does. And we don't have all the resources that we want, we never will. But we are doing pretty well with what we have. And we trustees sit behind closed doors and we try to figure it out every single time we meet. How can we fulfill our mission? How can we do more? How can we provide more access of Landmark to others that need this education so dearly? How do we extend beyond the campus of Landmark with the Landmark Institute of Research and Training? How do we export what we know here so that others around the globe can benefit from pedagogies that help those who learn differently? Because our society cannot afford to lose these capabilities up here. These types of thinkers change the world. It's not those that sort of breeze through school and they figure out, you know, what the professor wants to know and then they get a great job and they do it all right and they do it. It's those who think differently. Why? Because they've had to do that. And so I know you guys and gals are going to change the world. I just know it. And I hope Landmark has taken away some of those barriers to allow you to have the confidence to know that you can and will change this world for the better for all of us. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.